Hey, welcome to Friday Fun Fiddling. So today we're going to do something really fun. It's our last one. I'm not going to do one next week. So this is the last I'm going to do for this time. And if I ever do any others, I'll send them out to you. But I wanted you to open up your string builder to the very, very last page. Okay? In the very back, the very last song is called Bow to Your Partner. Okay, so get that ready. And I'm going to show you a technique that we're going to learn along with this song. Now you'll be able to play this song, even though there's things that you haven't learned yet in the book. You'll be able to do this one. Okay. So today we are learning a grace note. Okay. So a grace note is played by playing the note before it, just really quickly and barely. Okay. So it's going to sound like this. Okay, so if you're playing a third finger, if that's the note you want to end up on, or just a 3, whatever string, you're going to put your second finger down right before it and play it quickly. And hurry, and your bow's going to do all one bowing. You're not going to go opposite for you both. You're just going to go down bow or up bow. And it's almost like it's a mistake, like you're just going to hurry and quickly and play it. Now cellos, when you're doing this, you can do it from third finger to fourth finger, but it's the same thing. You're just going to do it this way, and it's going to be, doesn't sound very good on my violin, sorry. Okay, but it's going to be that same quick, but almost like you mess up. Okay, so in Bow to Your Partner, I'm going to play it for you so you know how it goes. And follow along with me. You can play along with me if you want to, if you watch it the second time. But I'm just going to play it as it is. Now take a look at it, and I have something, before I play it, I want to tell you a little bit quickly about it. So I'm going to play the violin part, but can you guys look through and see where there is a plus sign above some of the notes? Okay, it's on the very bottom line, and it's in violin, viola, and cello. Okay, that plus sign means it's a pizzicato note, but you're not going to pluck it with the hand we usually pluck with. It's a fourth finger pluck with your finger hand. So on the very last line, the third measure, you have 3 A's, and it says a 3 and a plus sign. That means you're going to use your third finger, and you're going to pluck it 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then the very last note of the piece is a D, plucked with what finger? Can you see the 4? It's plucked with your fourth finger, so that's this guy. You're going to reach 4 over and pluck D, and that's how the song ends. Okay, so practice doing that a couple times so you can get used to that plucking with this hand. 1, 2, 3, and then the last one. Whoops, I played D. There you go. Okay. So the other thing is violas and cellos. Your very first note of the piece is on your C string. It's your first finger on your C string. That is not correct. It's on your G. It's your first finger on your G string, and it's A. Okay? So violins have an A. That's the open A string. You will actually play this A. Okay? So just watch, there's a couple little differences, okay? That's the only one for cellos. Violas have it again in the very last measure of the first line. So watch for that. Okay, so here's the piece. It goes like this. Second line. Rest. 1, 2, 3, rest. Rest. Last line. Now here's your plucks. Okay? So it's really fun to play. What you have to really watch out for is your eighth notes and your quarter notes. Okay? Like the very first measure has eighth note, eighth note, eighth note, quarter. Da, 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 da. So if you need to, go through and maybe clap it first so you can really pay attention to which ones are quarter notes and which ones are eighth notes. Okay? Now here's the grace note. So what we're going to do is I want you to mark, get a pencil, and I want you to mark with your pencil. Make sure you use a pencil, not a pen. Okay, so I want you to circle all of your D's that's not your open string D, but your third finger or fourth for cellos, D on the A string. Okay, so this one, your high D. So like the very last note of the first measure where we have that one, go circle all of those. How many of those do you see in that piece? In mine, there's the first measure, the last measure of the first line has 2. Do you see it again? The second line, there's the middle measure, has some there. Third line, circle those. If there's a bunch in a row, just circle the first one. And your last measure has 2, so circle just the first one, okay? Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to do a grace note to that note. So practice that, right? Your C sharp to your D really fast. Did you do it? So I have my finger resting on my fingernail of my second finger. Now cellos, you won't be able to do it quite like this, but you're going to have to be ready. So what I do is I just slide it right off. It's ready, it's hovering, can you see it? And then I just go wing, and I slide it down when it's its turn. So watch my fingers. So I can hammer it. It's sliding right along my finger, just hammering down on my fingerboard. Try that. It's almost, I feel like it's like when you draw a check mark, the first part of the check mark is like little, and it's kind of harder, and then you go like that. It's kind of like a little check mark. Okay? Okay, now when you play this song, I want you to play a grace note right before every one of those notes that you just circled. Okay? Now again, if it's like in the middle measure of your second line where you have 5 in a row, you don't do it for every single one, just the first one. Okay? So your song is going to sound like this. Can you see that? It's kind of fun, right? And then you just keep doing that until the end. So the very last measure. And you got your plucks in there. So if you really want a challenge for this, like learn how to play it really well, slowly, and then you can speed it up. So speeding it up doesn't mean go super fast on the parts you know and super slow on the parts that you don't. Learn it really well slowly first, and then you can speed it up a little bit at a time. So then it can sound more like bluegrass fiddle fun, okay? Oops, I forgot my grace note. Right here, I'm going to add double stops on that A because I learned how to do that and I want to do it. Okay, so add however you want, whatever you want with this piece, and have a really fun time with it.